you rev it up. You want to give a body part more energy, you send it more blood. Okay? It's as simple as that. So resource allocation is simply where do we send the blood in a given situation. So when we have a stress response, we want to send the blood to the places that can save our lives. And when we have a parasympathetic response, when the danger is over, then we can send the body to the digestive organs to heal and get healthy and procreate and regenerate. Next is just a little cartoon. It's one of my favorites. Glass Bergen, he does a lot of funny stuff about health. This lady says, "Don't tell me to improve my diet. I ate a carrot once and nothing happened." And I like this guy because he really perceives the flaws and the weaknesses in humans and in the system. But that's how a lot of people think. They don't understand that it's about function and it takes time to build a system. So we expect something to do something. We take a pill because we want it to do something. We take supplements to do something. That's not how it works. We take something if we need it. If we need something and we provide it, we're better off. If we take something and we didn't need it, it makes no difference. It's not supposed to do anything. All right? So now we're moving into that was pretty much review. So now we're going to spend a good amount of time on the next 3 slides, 7, 8, and 9. And this is where we're going to show you, so you will get a whole lot smarter than 98% of the doctors out there. Because they will tell you that we don't know where these diseases come from. They'll say the cause is unknown. And I'm going to show you exactly where they come from. It's not a mystery. It is a mystery if you're looking in the physical tissue for the cause, but it's not a mystery if you start looking at function and understand how the body works. And it's all based on this, sympathetic versus parasympathetic. Accounts for 99% of all the diseases. So let's just read through some of the things here. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, those both relate to cardiovascular disease and heart attacks. Raynaud's syndrome, that's a lot of women especially have cold hands, and they have cold hands to the point where their fingers get white and they're almost hurt. Neck pain, headaches, diabetes, constipation, blood clots, obesity, infertility, miscarriages, erectile dysfunction, digestive problems, ulcers, allergies, autoimmune diseases, rheumatoid arthritis, and cancer. We got a pretty good coverage with that list, okay? Now let's look, next slide. We're going to go back and we're going to tie this together, so don't worry about missing stuff. And there may be some other drugs here, but I just kind of went off a top 10 list just to get some examples. And there's simvastatin, it's a cholesterol lowering. It's levothyroxine, which is for thyroid. Lisinopril for blood pressure. Hydrochlorothiazide for blood pressure and fluid retention. Atenolol, blood pressure. Metoprolol, succinyldir or something, blood pressure. Amlodipine, blood pressure, omeprazole, ulcers, and GERD, which is gastroesophageal reflux disease, as they call it. Metformin, type 2 diabetes, furosemide, which is diuretic, and then there's an array of over-the-counter medication, which are primarily for cold and cough remedies, allergy relief products, antacids, and laxatives. Do you see a pretty good fit between the drugs and the problems up above? Not complete, but there's like better than 50, probably 80% correlation there. Now let's look at the mystery that they're telling us, that we don't know where these things come from. Well, in the stress response, When we have a sympathetic response, when the grizzly bear comes charging, what happens in your body? That's going to be on the left side of the next diagram. That's called the initial adaptive stress response. So what happens is your adrenaline and your cortisol goes up. Your glucose, your blood sugar goes up as a result of cortisol. You increase your energy mobilization. You increase your cognition, which is your alertness, your mental powers, if you will, for that situation. You become clearer. You increase your pain tolerance. You increase blood clotting factor. You increase your blood pressure. You increase your skin conductance. And you increase your brain activity on the beta wave, which is the high frequency. Okay, so let's go back and see, why does this happen? Well, here's the grizzly bear. Do you think adrenaline is a good idea to get you that burst of energy? Probably so. Yeah, that sounds life-saving. Cortisol, in the following minute, cortisol is released to increase blood sugar. Sounds like a good idea, because blood sugar is the energy for you to sustain the fight. And in order for you to get that blood sugar, you also decrease your sensitivity to insulin. You become insulin resistant. Okay, we'll just kind of put that out there for now. Energy mobilization, obviously that goes with the adrenaline. Cognition. You want to be bright and alert. You want to evaluate your options. You want to see where you can get away. Do I climb a tree? Do I grab a club? What do I do? Pain tolerance. Increased pain tolerance. That also seems like a good idea. You don't want to worry about every little ache and pain. You want to get out of there. So that becomes second hand. Blood clotting factor. Why would you want a blood clotting factor? Well, what if you run through some thorny bushes? What if the bear gets a few scratches in on you? You want to be able to stop that bleeding quickly. And that's what the blood clotting factor and the stress response does. Let me add one thing to that. Part of the blood clotting process is cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, because the LDL cholesterol takes cholesterol out to the tissues and into the blood so that you can close up the wound quicker and so that you can rebuild cell membranes quicker to repair the damage. Your cell membrane is 13% cholesterol, so you need a lot of cholesterol to repair damaged tissue. So this is all part of the stress response. Obviously your blood pressure goes up, so you can squeeze the blood out into the body parts that need it quicker. Skin conductance, that's the moisture on your skin. Okay, people with sweaty hands. Why does that go up? Well, if you have dry hands and you try to grab a club, you might slip. But if you're a little bit moist and sticky, now that you get a really good grip on that club and that tree branch, so it increases your chances of survival. All these things have been built into your body to increase your chance of survival, right? So let's go further here. We have a decrease in digestion.